They call it the city that never sleeps, the city of dreams, the Big Apple, the crossroads of the world. It's said that if you can make it there, you could make it anywhere. So they come from across the globe with bags full of hopes and dreams, and the city welcomes them. But dreams are rarely what they are believed to be, for while the city may never sleep, still night falls. And it is in the night that the children of Cain wake and play out the masquerade in my city. Beware, children, lest ye fall.
We're live! Hello, everyone. Shit, the cameras are wrong. Hey, everyone.
Today I am Alexander Erickson.
Sweet.
Pro streamer, everyone. Hello, welcome. I am Simon at Wandering DM. This is our Vampire the Masquerade stream. A game entitled Vampire NightFall. I will be playing today Sid Zimmerman, the gangrel private detective, and one half of the Vamdads. Before we go around the table and introduce the rest of the cast, I just want to say that this stream, like all of our streams here at Wandering DM, is sponsored by Magen Press. You can go on their store at store.magenpress.com, use code WanderingDM to get 15% off anything that you purchase, and this includes the Dark Matter Handbook, a space sci-fi supplement for D&D 5e, which in my opinion is better than Starfinder. We also play Dark Matter here every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can also get the Mimic Book of Mimic that just came out, the Complete Warden, which is a new class that they released. There's the Book of Fae. There's so many good things that you can get over on their store. That said, let's go around the table. Introduce yourselves before we jump back into the game. And let's start with the other papa of the family.
That me? That's me, right? Hello, I'm Scott. I will be playing Alexander Erickson today, and I make up the other half of the wonderful Vamdads.
And we have with us our beautiful child, out in St. James.
Yeah, you hear that? I'm the pretty one. It's me, Alyssa, or Alexander Slamilton, playing Auden St. James, the pretty one, the art daughter, and the good one.
You can shake your head as much as you want, Quentin, but the fact is that your character has a 0 in appearance. So
This is true.
If it could be negative, I think it would be.
that said, who are you? Who are you playing?
Yeah, in real life, I'm Quentin. In this game, I'm going to be playing Herschel Akers, the Nosferatu best person ever. He always makes good choices.
Yeah, you always make good choices. And those choices would have no consequences if it were not for our storyteller. Deirdre, how are you?
Oh, hey, all. Welcome back. It's time to dive back into New York and the shenanigans and the darkness that envelops it. We last left off with some interesting things happening to our little coterie family in their brownstone on 29th and Charleston Street on the Lower West Side of Manhattan. They had been dealing with some complications arising from someone messing with the, well, specter that resides in the house. Came across apparently after a night at Elysium in which Sid soundly trounced a Bruja and left the gentleman bleeding and missing his lower mandible. This is where I remind everyone that this is a Vampire the Masquerade game, and there is a content warning for blood and everything and Sid fighting. But Sid discovered after that the person messing with that specter in their brownstone was one Francesca Maselli, Tremere, by all appearances, who with some very interesting abilities with blood magic and necromancy. The next night, without really telling the vamp dads what was happening, Herschel responded to an invitation, as Francesca was, well, a very old, very dear friend, date, lover. We'll go with lover. So he spent the night at the Tremere Chantry, but apparently wasn't as well prepared as he could have been to deal with certain realities of kindred relationships, and didn't check what he was drinking. But the next night, after some investigations by the Vamp Dads discovered the missing CPAs unconscious in the ICU at Bellevue, Herschel returned home, where Sid discovered that Herschel had ingested not human blood, but the vitae of one Francesca Maselli, and is now bonded to her. There were some more investigations going on, and a late night guest of one, well, a late night phone call of one, apparently Eva, likes to talk cryptically slightly to Sid on occasion. Give him some good pointers. But also a late night visit of one of Sid's business associates? Confidants? Associate with benefits, maybe, at this point? I don't know that they're friends, really. One, Sabrina Tesoro. And we left off with Sid awakening the following night to the realization that after Alexander had left them at the ICU, he had never made it home that night. So why don't we wind the clock back about 24 hours to the point where Alexander left Sid and Auden in the ICU. Alexander had received a text message, which he was slightly cryptic about, and not really informing Sid what it was, merely letting him know that it was business and would see him later. There was some hesitancy in Alexander's voice. The text message was actually from his primogen, one Jessica Pearson, a woman of standing and, well, control, power. To be the primogen in this city means all of that. But she informed Alexander in your text message that a family meeting had been called. The Justicar requests everyone's presence. So where did you go? What would you do, Alex, immediately after getting that text message?
Text the driver immediately that a ride is needed and speed is of the utmost importance.
He's still waiting at the park, around the corner from Bellevue. He's prepared and ready. Jessica has informed you that you're going to her offices. A beautiful steel and glass building on 42nd and Madison Avenue. Kitty corner across the street from Grand Central Station. New construction. Beautiful. But you see a number of cars pulling up in front as you arrive.
All right, I'll have the driver pull around and let's find out what Miss Pearson's, what's going on this evening.
You exit the vehicle. There's you've met him previously, the ghoul Thomas in full suited livery. Kind of appears slightly like a better looking shield agent. Not quite as, bland as our dear Agent Coulson cultivates, but definitely designed to be looked over unless he desired otherwise. He merely nods to you and says, the 42nd floor, sir.
Thank you. I'll make my way to the elevator and make our way up to the 42nd floor.
You notice a number of Venture of the City have appeared. There are like two in your in the elevator with you. They're both silent, younger than you are by a few years, significant number of years, but still hold themselves professional. The elevator opens onto a large open floor, steel girders occasionally, and you see although obviously temporary and probably not permanently in this space, very long table set up in the middle of this open space. It's perfectly styled. Heavy wood chairs, intricately carved with velvet backs, long tablecloth of lace and
green silk underlay. And seated at the far end of the table, at the head of the table, is you see Jessica Pearson to the right hand side. Across from her, you see Veronique Montbéliard. And at the head of the table, you see a gentleman that you know purely as Justicar Cadfile. Looks like he was turned in his late 20s. Very dark hair, dark eyes, a green and with a black shimmer tuxedo suit, green and black jacquard vest, and you see his hand resting on the head of a silver walking cane, just peering at everyone as they enter the room. There are maybe 15, 20 of you here.
I'd like to have a seat near Veronique.
How high is Alexander in the social order of Ventrue in this city?
I would like to think decent, not incredibly high, but I have a 2 in status, so known but not well known, I guess.
So, sitting on Veronique's side, you may not be sitting directly next to her, probably maybe 2, 3 seats down. Definitely within still conversation space, and definitely with being noticeable at the head end of the table. Probably within 3, maybe 4 seats of the Justicar himself. And across. There's a tension in this room. You feel it. It's heavy. Would Alexander have been to such an event before?
Not pertaining to the Justicar, I would assume. This is pretty deep if he's here.
Yes, he's making his presence known in this city is an oddity. I don't think the Justicar's been to this city in almost 75 years at this point. He waits until everyone is seated. Everyone's perfectly polite, but staring at him. This is his show. There's waiting for him. And his voice is soft. There's a slight lilt to it, as if he's not muddling an accent that he's had for almost, or been muddled, I should say, had an accent that's been his for a number of years. You're not quite sure how old this particular kindred is. You merely know that he's been the Justicar for as long as you've been undead. He sounds almost Welsh in his voice. And he asks a very simple question. Why are the La Sombra buying property in this city? And then just waits to see who will answer him.
That is an excellent question.
Alexander, correct?
That is correct.
He kind of side glances at Jessica and she gives a very subtle nod. You have further information for me?
Oh, I do. I have it on good authority that the Tremere have been assisting the La Sombra in purchasing property here inside of the city.
Details.
There was an incident and may have come into some files that show property records, things dating back quite a while that have been sold to certain La Sombra within the city that date back probably 150 years. Properties I don't think anyone would want to sell. There's definitely more going on here, but that's what I know so far.
I have also heard that there is, well, someone has called an Assamite to this city.
Now that is news to my ears.
I desire to know why. And I desire to know how quickly they will not be here.
I will have to look into that further. As of right now, I was not aware there is an Assamite in the city.
I shall be remaining here for... And he kind of glances at Veronique, and she... You're close enough that you could probably tell, even without a roll at this point, that she kind of subtly rolls her eyes and nods to him. And he goes, the next 3 nights. I do not want to leave empty-handed. So, for the rest of you, and he kind of turns and looks down this long table of Ventrue and of space. Bring me a name. And then bring me, preferably, their head.
Preferably attached, or does that matter?
Dealer's choice. So, pleasant night, all. He turns and waits for all of you to leave.
I'd like to wait and see if there's an opportunity for me to speak to Veronique.
She seems to not be leaving with everyone else, but she's stepped away from the table and is kind of standing looking out over the windows. She's dressed in a very... For her, or for you, this is the first time you've seen her wear something like this. Every time you've seen her, it's been beautiful dresses of both that imply both power and control. This is almost a pantsuit, which is weird, but okay, and kind of looks like what's her name? Not Marilyn Monroe, but the brunette in Gentlemen Loves Blondes. Gentlemen prefer blondes. I'm prepared, guys. Jane Russell. Haha. Jane Russell in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Very wide leg pant cut, very tailored blazer that could kind of double as a dress. It looks almost more subdued than you've seen her, as if she intentionally dressed to not overshadow the Justicar. But she's kind of stepped away from the table herself.
And I'll move alongside her at the window. You look wonderful this evening.
Oh, thank you, darling. I do appreciate it. What in particular can I help you with?
Just curious, why the Justicar would be here in New York?
The Justicar travels where he wishes.
Well, that's true, but over one Asimite in the city?
There are other concerns, particularly a growing issue with the CDC and the hospitals here.
Yes, that does seem to be quite the issue.
A number of people bleeding profusely from orifices and their very skin. But, well, possibly getting up and walking around afterwards is concern.
Yeah, that reminds me. A bit of first-hand experience with this.
Really?
Well, yes, there was a gentleman when we found your dear sister. Well, suffering from similar maladies. It turned out that he had been turned, except it was of an artificial nature.
Do you still have any of that information?
There was a piece of surgical equipment that was left within the remains. I may still have access to this.
Send it to Sophia's hotel.
Very well, and I'll text Herschel to make sure he still has the piece from the professor.
You don't get a response from Herschel, but you see that it is delivered.
I wish I had an immediate answer for you, my dear, but I do not. But once I have that, I will have that sent over.
Very good.
She's still staying at the Waldorf.
No, not the Wald. The Waldorf is the Elysium. She's not staying there. She's staying at the hotel 42nd and 43rd and 1st.
Very well.
Yes, she's still at the same hotel. Did you enjoy my present?
Very much so. It's a lovely piece to add to the collection in the brownstone. Bit of interest with the record that you sent along, though.
Something I found.
And where did you come across this? Might I ask?
Well, let's see. About 20 years ago in LA.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the gesture very much.
Do you have an account number for your associate?
Which associate would that be?
Oh, the charming Mr. Zimmerman.
Ah, yes. Yes, I do.
Sophia was quite impressed with his prowess last night.
Sid does have a certain way with handling things of that nature.
She felt that she might share her financial gains from the evening.
Well, I'm quite sure Mr. Zimmerman would appreciate that.
She also is quite sure that he will probably appreciate the other gift that's being sent.
Oh, I can't wait to see what it is.
Your other associate.
That tone in your voice, I understand who you're referring to.
Might want to watch that one.
Anything in particular that I should keep an eye out for?
His... Not sure. There's just something that says that he's gone at an interest from inappropriate parties.
I will make a note of this.
I look forward to hearing of your success.
Thank you.
She kind of glances over her shoulder and you see her, like, eye roll nod. And it appears that more pressing business matters call me away.
I will leave you to those.
Oh, and do tell Mr. Zimmerman that the royalties from the press photos will be shared equally. Apparently, they're garnering a certain amount of appreciation among a certain demographic. And at that, she kind of saunters back to the table, where Jessica and the Justicar are seated, and they kind of look at you like, it's time for you to go.
And I will turn and make my exit from the room.
You are the last one out. You proceed down. Thomas is waiting at the elevator bank in the lobby. Points you to out the door, and you see that he's locks the door behind you, and then proceeds back to the elevators as if probably going back to whatever duties he has. The car is not right in front, but you can see it about 3/4 of the way down the block. Probably had to move because, it's 42nd Street, kitty corner to Grand Central. There are a whole lot of cops that are going to make sure that nobody's sitting too long. It's after 9/11. No one's going to let a car just idle that close to Grand Central. Even if it does have a taxi and limousine commission tag. Can you roll me perception alertness?
Yes, 1 second. I can scroll down here.
You did not. Yes, it is a very pleasant night, by all accounts. It's a light rain has started, but just light mist. It's enough to break the humidity of the night. The heat from August reflecting off of the black streets and glass of New York means that anything that breaks the heat is pleasant. You're walking back to the car, and I need you to make me a willpower test.
Okay.
Willpower roll.
And I failed.
Without -1 success, you seriously failed. You don't know what happens. You have no idea what happens next. There's a blank, and you open your eyes, and it's dark, and it's cold. Can you roll me perception alertness? I'll say DC 5.
DC 5, all right. Two successes.
Looking around, you can't see in the dark anywhere near as well as Sid can. But this particular level of darkness and the sounds that you're not hearing, that you should be hearing from the city, that level of almost isolation chamber quiet, draws to mind the, well, storage rooms next to the subway where you found Sofia de Verenos. And we're going to cut back to Sid waking up in the brownstone with a Sabrina Tesoro. Realizing that his platonic life partner never made it home last night.
Shit. Shit.
Okay, that's not usually a response I get, but sure, we can go with that one.
It's not you, it's, Alex never came home.
Well, and you would notice, Sid, that she looks significantly better than she did last night. There are probably still a couple scratches and bruises, but she's not bleeding anymore, and she's definitely a lot more put together. Can you find him?
Well, yes. It's just... He left on a very cryptic note. And, yeah, he didn't come back, so finding him is gonna be a bit of a problem. I don't know where the hell he went. But I'll try the usual. Otherwise, I'll look at the missing young virgins of New York City.
That's a unique demographic.
I know.
I'm gonna get out of your hair for a little bit. There are some dinner to be had.
Yeah, I should probably feed at some point, but, you sure you're gonna be alright?
Well, if I have the right to return, I'll be back shortly. I appreciate your concern, though, Sid.
Alright. I'll just make sure you're not followed or anything. I would hate to have Sabat blood on my doorstep.
Yeah, might make a bit of a mess and a scene. Well, take the door then. And she kind of waves and just fades back into the shadows and disappears.
Creepy. And Sid is going to get to work, trying to find out where Alexander went. The first thing he'll do is go see Herschel. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm probably downstairs, just like looking at like smoked up computer parts, like ruined, bad.
Whoa! What's going on?
It's a tough ride. All of it. It's done. Do you know where Alexander is? I need a new one. Like I'm having withdrawals, man.
I was actually hoping you could help me. Alex never came home.
Do you have his banking information?
Why the fuck would I have that?
I mean, you guys have been together like 50 years. I mean, I don't know. Do you have like a shared account?
We're not married.
All right. What about his PIN number?
Probably the year he was turned.
I don't think he's that dumb.
Alright then.
Anyway, so he didn't come. I mean, he's free to go. Like, maybe he's just trying on a new suit. Maybe his shoe got scuffed and he spent the night at his tailor.
Well, were it that, I'd be less worried. No, I saw on the telly the other day that on the show thing, they could triangulate someone's position using his cell phone.
I mean, yeah, that is possible. I mean, on our like Verizon family plan, we could probably try to find him pretty easy.
All right, so can you jump on your computer and do that?
Nope. It let me think. It won't turn on when you plug it in.
Oh shit.
That's bad. It needs a mechanic to no, I need a brand new one. It's done. It's done. Have you tried calling him?
Haven't yet. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and give him a ring.
I'll call Alexander.
The phone rings and rings and rings, goes to voicemail.
Did
Please.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, did I get the text message, Deirdre?
This morning you did. You probably didn't pay attention last night, considering, or you got it this night as opposed to last night because you didn't pay attention to everything you were dealing with. Your, family bonding.
Yeah, the loss of my loved one. I mean, I got a text this morning from him asking about the thing we pulled out of the guy's head.
I mean, you would have the time that he sent that last night, just about the time that you were passed out on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he texted me last night. I mean, he's not an early riser. He could still be sleeping wherever he is. I look around.
I'll give him a few more hours.
If I pull up the little tracker on my phone, can I see where he is or where his phone is?
Oop. Well, we lost Scott for a second there. He'll be back shortly.
No.
Oh no, where is he?
Where is Alexander? That is the question.
We actually lost both the character and the player.
Hopefully he'll be back shortly. Internet, what you gonna do? Have you done any changes to any of these phones, Herschel, or are they just out of the box?
Probably just out of the box. I don't really care that much about what everybody's doing. But I'm sure there that much. I'm sure there would be, some kind of tracking system on all of them.
Okay. I would say I need you to roll me computers, intelligence computers, and it's going to be a DC 9. So you can lower it to a 7 with your aptitude.
Okay. One sec here. Computers is somewhere on this list. There it is.
Yes. Ooh. 3 successes.
Yeah.
3 successes. You get a very faint ping coming through. It's bouncing a lot. It's not a strong signal. It's intermittent. Very there, but then not in a half second. You see that it's coming from Battery Park.
Well, what do I know Battery Park to be?
The end of Manhattan.
The tail end, in the south?
Yeah.
Past
so
the
literally,
World Trade Center?
yeah. So literally, Battery Park is the battery, is home to the Battery. Sorry, I forget these things. That's New York. It's
Not New York native.
Yes, I understand. I realize these things now. So, if you've ever seen On the Town and they say the Bronx is up and the Battery's down, the Battery is literally the bottom of Manhattan. It was the point where in Castle William, which is a fort built during the Revolutionary period, they stuck a bunch of guns and fired into the harbor. It was the protection point, the Battery. It's also the end of the 4, 5, and 6 line, the Green Line, and South Ferry, which is right outside of Battery Park, is the end of the 1 and the 9. And so it's the end of the 2 lines that run north-south, come to a termination point. Well, the end of Manhattan. They continue on into Brooklyn, but that's a separate thing.
Okay.
South Ferry is also the home to the Staten Island Ferry. And also the Governor's Island Ferry.
Sid, he might, I'm not sure what he's doing. I can't really, it shows he's in Battery Park somewhere. I don't know why he'd be there. Does he also have an estranged lover that we don't know about?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe he does. What would he be doing in Battery Park?
He's either in a shielded building or maybe underground. I can't. The signal it keeps going in and out. It's really weak.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to show up there.
I mean, should we wait? He could just, be on business.
Is the signal moving?
Is it like moving around like Battery Park, or is it like just coming up and then going away really quick?
It's stationary from all accounts. It's just the signal itself is intermittent.
It appears to be coming from the same spot.
I'll wait for Auden to be up and then maybe we can go. Like, that'll give him time to wake up.
We can't let him die. I need something from him.
He can fend for himself. He's not going to die.
Can he fend for himself?
Maybe.
I mean, you just sounded like pretty sure that he could, and then I questioned that, and then you were kind of unsure about it.
Look, I've never seen him in a fight, but I've seen a couple Ventures before, and he can do his like weird mind things that make people stop fighting. So.
All right. Well, I guess all there is to do is to wait. And then I look left and right, and then I call Auden.
Like you're calling her on her cell phone?
Mm-hmm.
Auden, before Herschel calls you, you've awoken to your alarm and the indie station that it's set to.
They're going hard on that Icelandic, like, folky electronic stuff. So it's a nice cigaros morning, which is fine because everything about it sounds sad and lonely, and Auden is feeling pretty
down.
Pretty sad.
There's a text message on your phone when you wake up.
And what's it say?
It's an Amazon delivery confirmation.
Did I order something and forget about it? That sounds right.
It said it was delivered Prime. One day. Oh, actually, this day. Shipping. You're in Manhattan. You can do that.
She's just gonna look confused and sigh dramatically. Get out of bed. I guess I should check the package.
And then Herschel calls you.
She sends up the voicemail. She's not ready to talk to Herschel.
Herschel, you get sent to voicemail.
I don't think so. Call again.
Oh, really? Fuck it. I climb upstairs.
Don't worry. You go to voicemail again.
Oh, I definitely just like leave her like the longest voicemail. There's no words. It's just like gurgling and like random noises I make.
Oh my
That's god, fine.
you're like a stalker.
It's like,
But Sid, you're coming. Are you? So Sid's coming upstairs then.
Yes.
To get on in.
I knock on her door.
You may enter.
Opens the door. I don't know why Urshel keeps trying to call you. He's like right in the basement.
Because he's just, I don't know, enjoys being a pain.
Yeah. Alex might be in trouble.
Great.
Yeah. We lose Alex, we lose the Brownstone.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of reasons that this is bad, but yeah. By the way, is there a package outside?
I don't know, I haven't checked.
Oh, I got a notification for a package, so guess I should get that. Have we tried calling Alex?
We did. Doesn't really work. We know he's somewhere in Battery Park. Signals hazy.
Battery
Herschel
Park?
says.
What? Why is he in Battery Park?
I don't know. He's not one for like nature and shit.
Yeah. Well, let me get dressed. By the way, is your friend still here?
Sabrina?
Yeah.
No, she creeped out to go eat.
I thought she already had a nice meal.
Yeah, you see, compared to Urshel, other vampires know not to drink the vitae of other people. So,
That's not what I was. All right, Sid.
I know what you meant. I was just trying to deflect it.
That's fine. She immediately sends a tweet about it.
So you're tweeting about your dad's sex life. Good to know.
Not so much the sex life, just like there's nothing more awkward than when
I mean, who's your
old man
audience?
comes upstairs. Auden has so many Twitter followers. It's
For
ridiculous.
real, like that's what I was gonna ask. How many followers are reading these?
A lot. Auden is a very beloved internet personality.
You, I assume, make your way downstairs.
Yeah, you know, throw on a sweater and some tights and go downstairs. She's not putting a lot of effort into today.
It's still a little hot, but not that bad. And you're kindred, you don't feel temperature unless something else is manipulating it. So Sid, you're waiting to see if Alex calls you back.
Mm-hmm.
Herschel is lamenting the loss of his beloved computer. Yeah, and still sounding like a whiny teenager instead of a great villain. Auden, you open the door, the package that's sitting on the front step. Interesting thing in New York, you can get same day delivery, so you don't actually have to have the brown box. It's a vase with 24 red and white roses. And a box of paints. An artist's box.
Like them good expensive paints. It's like
Oils.
Well, I have a feeling I know who this came from. And she just kind of throws the roses outside, but takes the paint because that's good paint. In the vase too. You never know when you can use a vase.
Sid, you were upstairs and you're waiting for Alex. You probably see Auden.
Well, I would have followed her downstairs. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna stay standing still in her bedroom.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, she would not like that. She probably would have like rushed him out the door before she even left the room.
You throwing roses out?
I'm not a fan.
Someone's a fan of you.
I have many fans and admirers, Sid. Have you not seen my Twitter followers?
I don't know what Twitter is.
She kind of grimaces a little. She's like, anyway, somebody thought to, and she holds up the box of oil paints. Somebody thought to get me something nice at least.
I mean,
But
the way I see it, you had a free meal ticket right there and then. You should invite that person over.
I don't think that's such a good idea if it's who I think it is.
Is it one of us?
Oh, he's definitely one of us. If he can be called anything other than a monster, but
I mean, is he undead?
yes, Sid, he's undead.
Oh, crap. Yeah, that's a bit more different.
Yeah.
Well, you want me to rough him up?
Oh, would you? Oh, that might actually be fun. But something tells me I'm gonna have to try it on my own first. So
Alright.
she goes to take. I was gonna go take the oil paints upstairs, and she's gonna send a text to, as it's saved in her phone, the Beast with like 18 negative emojis after it. There is also the Beast do not call, the Beast do not text. But she just texts him like, trinkets won't work. What do you want?
There's a long ... of someone texting for good almost minute before you get a picture of a table for two, candles, roses, white linen tablecloths, with the backdrop of Manhattan from and Times Square looking down.
She just responds, can't tonight, need to go rescue Dad.
And you just get I'm pretty sure I hold that title.
She said, no, my real dad.
And then you just get a Spotify link for what is generally known as the Stalker special song of Sting's Every Breath You Take.
Oh. She is so angry. She sends back a tomorrow night will work.
and then just these spinning heart emojis with a sunset.
She just doesn't answer it. Fucking hell. And she just goes downstairs, and she's about to go downstairs, and then she realizes, no, she's angry. So she picks up the vase and she just throws it at the wall.
Could you roll me a d4? Two. You go to throw it at the wall and you're slightly off because you're very frustrated, and there was just, it's a little heavy cut crystal, not something really easy to work with, and you throw it instead and you shatter both a mirror and the vase.
It's fine. I cast no reflection, so the mirror was just decorative anyway.
But now there's shards of glass, cut crystal, and mirror all over the floor. Probably gonna want to clean that up at some point.
She thinks about texting like Elizabeth, and she's like, no, I can't. That's Alex's person to text when she needs things. She's just gonna leave it.
Alexander,
Yes.
you've awakened in the dark, fully dressed.
That's a plus.
Could you roll me a d6?
Sure. 3.
Could you roll me perception alertness?
Certainly.
Four successes.
Yes.
What is Alex's mood waking up like this?
Waking up to just pitch black? He's probably pretty pissed. Especially because he kind of got abducted without any sort of fight. So yeah, he's pretty pissed right now.
You are angry. And it's pitch black, and most of the sounds, almost all of the sounds, are gone. But you realize that your phone is vibrating.
I'll pull out the phone and see why it's vibrating, but then I want to also turn on the flashlight.
Your battery is a little low. It's vibrating because you notice that Herschel is attempting to ping it. And it doesn't seem to work all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You see that somebody's looking for the "Where is my phone" app thing, and it's not working. You also see like a missed call.
Who's the missed call from?
Sid. But there's no voicemail. Or did you leave a voicemail, Sid? There's no voicemail.
Great. At least they're looking for me. So let me just briefly turn on the light to see if I can see where I am.
It's dark. Again, it's that kind of metal, steel. You see a slight paint of probably at one point was like army green almost. And it's like a steel 10 by 10 with a door in front of you.
All right. So I'll make a note where the door is and turn off the light to see what battery I do have left.
Mm-hmm. Do you attempt to call anyone?
Does it appear that I have any signal on the phone to make a call with? Or is it giving me
You
like no?
have one bar.
I will call the one person that could probably do anything with this information, and that would be Herschel.
Herschel, I need you to roll me a d10.
Ooh.
Your phone buzzes as you get a call from Herschel. Or from Alexander, excuse me. Herschel gets a call from Alexander.
I answer it. Hello?
Herschel, I don't know if this will last long, but you need to find out where I am.
Yeah, you're, I kind of know where you're at. You're in Battery Park somewhere, I believe.
Battery Park.
Are you in trouble?
Probably, yes. I'm in a room like when we found the professor. Nothing in here, just a room.
Has anything been done to you? Check your body.
I don't think we have time for that.
Is there any other information you can give me?
Just... I'm in probably a 10 by 10 room. It's made of steel and there's nothing in here. I have no sound, no nothing to give me any kind of an idea of where I am.
And then the phone cuts out. But just as it does, Herschel, you hear, and Alex, you definitely hear the very loud rattle of a subway train. But that's all that you get.
I run upstairs for Sid.
Careful, there's
Sid, you're muted.
careful, there's shards everywhere.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Alexander just called me. The call shut off. Same place. There's a train nearby wherever he is. He's in a 10 by 10 steel room, and then the phone shut off. He's probably in trouble.
Oh yeah, sounds like he's in trouble.
So let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
So you have two options, Herschel, Sid, Auden. You know that he's in Battery Park, and you know he's near a subway. So, do you go for the 4 and the 5 at Battery Park Station? Or the 1 and the 9 at South Ferry?
I don't even see Battery Park on the map.
We have like no other information about where.
Excuse me, Bowling Green is the station is Bowling Green.
Oh, Bowling Green. Okay.
I take
Bowling Green and South Ferry, and basically it's the Battery Park is like 2 blocks. What? It's a small park. It's very small.
I take the first option you said.
Bowling Green.
Sure.
The end of the 4 and the 5. Well, technically only the 5 stops there. And then
We have like no other information to go on other than Battery Park and then the 2 stations. We have like nothing that would suggest one more than the other, basically.
Nope. Unless Herschel wants to hack the New York City MTA and see if he can find what train went by when.
Can't do it from my phone.
No, I saw it on a show on TV. You can do everything from your phone.
Audit immediately tweets that. The shit old people say.
It's just, it would take so much time to do that from a phone. Like, theoretically possible, but not practical.
All right, so we use the good old method.
Yeah, this is up in your wheelhouse, 1980s detective.
1980s detective. Yeah. All right, well,
Let's go.
Auden's gonna make sure she has the one firearm that she's ever owned in her entire life with her, just in case.
You have a gun?
I grew up in the South. What do you think?
Is it a Derringer?
She's not even pulling it out. She's just like, I just want to be prepared.
School.
So you making your way to Bowling Green Station?
Yeah.
It's actually a very pretty station. You can see from the outside, it's an old green building that kind of looks slightly Art Deco. A long escalator down. Unfortunately, someone in the 70s decided that the original tile work wasn't as pretty, so they redid it with 70s orange subway tiles. It's a unique look of a station. Sid, how do you want to approach this? What do you want to do?
Well, I think my my first reflex would be to do the same thing that we did when we found the professor, which is try to go along the track and find this service corridor that we found the first time.
Yep.
So how many people are there in the station?
Say 9:30 on a Tuesday at Bowling Green Station. It's not empty, but it's not. Most of the tourists are gone. Mostly people now, it's financials who are, people who work in the financial district who are going home. Most of them are a little bit intoxicated.
Shit. I'll try to wait for people to not really look in my direction. I'll quietly slip away down on the tracks and turn into a bat.
We're doing this stealthily then.
Yeah.
So roll me that dex stealth. And don't forget, you can use your celerity to add to your dex.
Oh, that is true, because I can stealth faster, I guess. What's the difficulty?
I'm gonna say difficulty 7. It's not... It's the last station in Manhattan. Before you cross the river and go to Queens. Ooh, 4 successes.
Actually, 5 successes. Actually, 6 successes.
Herschel, you and Auden were slightly conversing, and then all of a sudden you look over your shoulder and Sid is gone. He wasn't... It's like he's just not there. No one sees you, Sid. You're good enough to even avoid the security cameras. And even the, regulars of the train. Most people in New York aren't going to be paying attention, but a few would be looking out for something like that. Have to keep those conspiracy theories coming somehow. Have to feed Herschel. But no one sees you. You're quiet. And you're going down the tracks.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to turn into a bat, because I realize that I can just stealth through the tracks anyway, so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. You can stealth through the tracks. Could you roll me perception alertness?
Yes.
I will say, yeah, perception alertness.
All right. Difficulty 6?
Because you know what you're looking for.
Wow. Wow, is it? So that's 3, 4, 5 successes. 6 successes again.
Sid's rolling really well tonight. You see, it's not maybe 5-10 minutes before you see another cutaway maintenance access. Looks almost exactly like the one that you found previously. You also notice that while the one previously looked like it had been unused but still maintained, this one looks like hasn't been used in years. A significant number of years. If you had to guess, you're looking at it and you can say that probably people haven't used this since the subways, before the subways. Well, it took a while for this particular station to reopen after 9/11, and given the way things happened, and you're betting that door wasn't opened previously since then, because you still see ash and debris marks on the door.
Oh shit!
But
Okay.
you see, but you see in that ash and debris marks fingerprints where somebody opened it recently, trying hard to hide their use of said door, but definitely not good enough for 6 successes.
Out of curiosity, is this door locked with a chain like the original one?
No, well, this door looks like it's just to the tunnel. So if you remember the original doors, you had the subway tunnel and then the access door to
to the side tunnel. Yeah, okay.
To the side passage. So this is the door to that side passage. And you're betting, since it's also on the green line, that this side passage probably connects to the same one that you found the professor and Sofia de Verenos in up at Canal Street Station.
All right.
But that's, 15 blocks from here, 20 blocks.
Okay.
A decent block.
I'll pry open the door.
It's dark down this tunnel. It's quiet. Again, looks like it hasn't been used in a number of years. As you come down to the maintenance tunnel that's paralleling the tracks, are you telling Herschel and Auden what you're doing?
After I've opened the door.
Okay, good. Because we're going to cut back to Herschel and Auden on the track, on the platform of the 5 train, and Sid has disappeared.
Did you see where he went?
No.
Should we have put a bell on him or something?
That would defeat the purpose, wouldn't it?
You know what I mean? Should we follow him? Something?
Yeah, let me
Instead of just
pull
standing
out
here like idiots.
my special detect Sid glasses and follow him.
You know what, Herschel? I don't need your shit today. I never need your shit. What am I talking about?
All right, well, which way did he go? I would love to follow him.
Yeah, I would like to follow him, but I don't know how we would track him at this point.
At about that point, after about 5 minutes of the two of you kibitzing at each other about how frustrated you are and taking things seriously or not, the entire sibling conversation that is Herschel and Auden in the same space at the same time. Sid, how do you let them know where you are?
I'll just come back. Once the door is open, that I've taken a look through it, I leave it open, cracked open. I'll just get back to... I'll remain in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that when you use the first protean power, that the eyes, they softly glow to enable me to see through the dark. So I'll just do that so they can see my eyes. And I'll do something like this.
Auden's gonna punch Herschel's arm and be like, Did you see that? Did you see that?
I'll pull up my gun and point it at the eyes.
And I'm gonna like immediately like swipe that. Just like, no, we're in public. What are you doing?
I mean, this is a subway. There's probably a gun everywhere.
On the platform? You're gonna pull a gun on the platform.
Auden is just gonna immediately start to follow Sid and get away from this idiot with a gun.
I'll hustle after her.
Cool, because that doesn't look like she's being chased.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I know her. Just
It's a water gun.
Hey, can you roll me charisma? Which one is it? It's charisma. Charisma, either subterfuge or performance. There,
ooh.
Herschel.
10 out of 10. I'll do subterfuge. I probably have a point in that.
Remembering your penalties for everything.
Jesus.
I don't even know.
Yeah. A number of guys kind of look at each other. Hey, leave the lady alone! And start running after you.
Shit.
There's probably an obfuscate power I can do here.
After pulling a gun?
Auden's wondering if she should do something to like help, like diffuse the situation. She's in such a shitty mood that she's not sure she's going to. Then she remembers we have like bigger things to do, so she's just gonna like try to be like, no. This is everything's fine. This is 100% just we're practicing for a movie that we're filming. He totally screwed up the cue. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine, guys. Thanks. Thank you for your help, but we're fine.
Can you roll me charisma, persuasion, or subterfuge? Your choice.
Now we're gonna see which one I'm better at.
I am kind of hungry, Auden.
Performance or subterfuge?
Oh, fucking performance for sure.
We could lure him into the shadows.
3 successes.
They kind of look at you and realize how calm you are, and they're like... Then they take an actual look at Herschel and go, oh! Man, dude, your makeup is real good. Who'd you get to do that? I mean...
I hiss at him.
Now, and she goes, now, sweetheart, you promised me you weren't gonna scare away any onlookers. We just need to get through this rehearsal. It's fine. She's
sorry.
Just like,
I'm a method actor. I'm sorry.
He's very, very good. You'll probably see him in the blockbusters real soon.
All right. And they kind of look at each other and go, okay, that level of that has to be makeup, and they'll take you at your word and turn around and go back to the stage.
She's just and she like pulls out a card that she just happens to have. She's like, don't worry, he's the next Christian Bale. And if you ever need like, you ever want to check him out, like this is where he'll be. And it's just like a fake, like this is stuff that she gives men constantly when she wants them to go away. It's a card for a theater production company that doesn't actually exist, that mostly just rejects men for her.
Reject Men Theater Company. I like it.
Oh yeah, she's ready to go. She's just like, don't worry, this is the next Christian. He's the next Christian Bale. I'm telling you.
All right. They will take the card and kind of walk off, and you can kind of hear them talking about, that's an impressive amount of prosthetic makeup. Dude, that scared the shit out of me. That's creepy. How could he actually? Remembering how bad Herschel actually looks. And
Auden's immediately gonna look at Herschel and basically be like, you fucking owe me.
Sid, what are you doing while the children are making a scene on the platform?
We could have just ate those guys, Auden. It's fine.
No.
I am sighing. Not audibly, because, people are gonna hear me. But I do make note of Auden calling Herschel sweetheart.
She was acting.
Okay. So the three of you proceed down the train platform, turn towards this maintenance tunnel. And I think that's where we're going to take the break for the afternoon.
All right. We will be right back, everyone. Stick around. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. We're back, everyone.
Back in the maintenance tunnel to the side of the subway, as we are looking for a missing Alexander. Alexander being awakening in the tunnels under the city. Alex, would you be a kind, dear-hearted adventurer and please roll me... believe I want it to be... yes. I will let you choose either perception empathy or manipulation empathy.
Oh, manipulation empathy. Empathy.
Five successes with 2 10s to reroll. Six
And
successes.
6 successes.
You have been in this space for maybe it's about 20, 30 minutes since you talked to Herschel.
Mhm.
And you feel at the outer edges of your mind something brush across it. Feels oddly familiar.
Like a presence or
Yes, you could probably say it's a presence. Definitely, actually, say it's a presence. Sort of comforting. It doesn't feel hostile to you, and it doesn't feel like the ghost. It definitely feels like kindred. Kindred that you know.
kindred that I know.
Possibly intimately, but probably not biblically.
I'll call out. Is anyone there? And I'll try to go to where I know the door was
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can hear anything.
Sid, could you roll me perception alertness with your hearing? I'm going to say it's a DC 8.
DC 8 with the bonuses that I have, or
No,
DC 8
you
without
choose-
the bonus?
DC 8 without the bonuses, so you would lower it to a 6.
All right. That would only be 2 successes.
You hear something calling in the darkness. You can't quite make it distinct, but it's definitely a voice, and it definitely sounds like Alexander. You don't know what it is, who he's saying, but you can hear him.
Are the children close to me?
I imagine Auden would have caught up to you as soon as she could.
Yeah, I mean, I'm around.
I can
She's
hear.
also not standing close to Herschel because she's still kind of mad at him.
I can hear him.
Alexander,
Yeah.
how much farther do you think?
I don't know, how much farther do I think?
Either a goodly distance or there's something in the way that's blocking it. It sounds distorted. So you can't quite pinpoint, but you know directionality. It's definitely north of where you are currently.
I don't know, but it's that way. He doesn't sound like he's in pain, so that's a good news.
Yeah, that does.
What exactly do you hear?
Distorted voices, but it's distinctively Alexander's voice.
This sounds like such a trap.
So?
All right, lead the way, Sid.
I mean, what do we? I mean, is there a reason why you can hear him? Because, like, is there something?
I got very good hearing.
Are you sure it's not just? Never mind. I was gonna make a joke about your romance life, but not worth it.
I have very good hearing. Had that when I was a human. Still have it now that I'm dead.
Not just the beat of your heart.
My heart hasn't beat
Long.
for like 40 years.
Anyway, Auden's gonna draw the gun that she has just to have it, just in case.
Oh,
So you're-
Herschel pulls out his gun. Everybody freaks out.
Auden's a responsible gun owner. Which, there's no such thing. She's not just gonna go whipping it out for no reason.
There were
Willy-nilly in
creepy,
public.
creepy
Like a
eyes in the
heathen.
darkness.
Yeah, those were mine.
Yeah, well, I didn't know they were yours. She just elbowed me in the side.
Also, you do realize that these little pea shooters don't do much against a vampire.
I mean,
Auden's packing a very well-maintained vintage Colt 45 here. She ain't fucking around.
Alright, hers might sting a bit.
in the fight with the Bruja, I definitely shot one of them, and he said, "Ow!" So
Sissies.
It's not about making him say ow anyway, and hopefully I won't have to use it. Also, I'm not just gonna, once again, Herschel, I'm not just pulling it out in public like an idiot.
when there's danger, you point a gun at it.
That's not how I was raised.
So, less arguing, more fighting, Alexander.
I mean,
Lead the way.
yeah,
I
lead
can
the
walk
way.
and talk. I don't know if Herschel has the mental capabilities of keeping up with walking and talking. Multitasking seems hard for him.
Hey, how about, if this is a trap, they all know we're here now.
She just soldiers on.
Sid, could you roll me either perception empathy or manipulation empathy?
We'll go with perception empathy. Sorry, where's my empathy in there? Oh, there it is. What's the difficulty?
Just 6.
3 successes.
It's odd. You walk down this hallway and you feel something in the back of your head. It's comforting. You know it's there. It feels like a presence that you know. Again, feels like somebody you know, definitely intimately, but not biblically.
The fuck? I think we're followed.
We're being followed? So what do we do?
I don't know yet.
Naughton's definitely gonna be like, just ready to go. Ready to throw down.
You proceed down this hallway. Alex, are you continuing to call out to them, or are you just the ones?
Oh no, I'm gonna try to bang on the door.
Yeah, by about this point, Sid, you've proceeded down this hallway, and even over Herschel and Auden's bickering behind you, you can hear somebody banging on a metal door. Maybe 20, 30 feet in front of you.
That might be him. I'll keep walking in that direction.
Are your eyes still on?
Yeah.
You getting about within 10 feet of where you hear the banging, you see a heavy steel door, very similar to the one you opened for Sofia de Veranos, and the late professor. And you see a chain wrapped multiple times around the handle and welded to the door frame.
I'll knock softly on the door.
Roll me a D2.
2.
You can barely hear it through the door, Alexander, of somebody knocking.
I'll stop banging on the door. Who's out there?
Sid Zimmerman.
Ah, thank God. So, I'm assuming if you haven't opened the door already, there's a reason why.
I just wanted to make sure. How hungry are you?
Well, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Now, about the door.
Yeah, well, give me a moment. Jesus. And I'll try to break the chain open. It's been welded to the door? Fucking hell.
It's welded to the door frame.
To the door frame. Okay. Yeah, I'll
so
try
it's
to...
looped around the handle, and then instead of being like locked on a hook the way they were, this one's just welded straight to the door frame. And there doesn't seem to be a lock on this one.
Yeah, so I'll take the chain and I'll try to pull it out with all my might.
All of your might. So that's just strengths. Brawl or probably athletics. I'm going to say athletics.
What's the difficulty?
I'll say 6. It's still a 2.
Just 2 successes.
It takes you a couple minutes. Although it is still chain that somebody bought off the spool in Home Depot, it's a thicker gauge. It's almost maybe about an inch in diameter, each of the lengths. And it takes you maybe 3-4 minutes before you feel it snap in your hands.
I'll open the door.
I was gonna say.
Thank you. Where the hell are we?
Subway. Battery Park.
Underneath Bowling Green Station.
Fantastic.
Shall we get out of here?
Are
As they
there...
say?
Well, are there any other doors like that?
Roll me perception alertness. I'll say 5.
4 successes.
Looking around, there don't seem to be any other doors here. You see a couple things that definitely looked like doors that were professionally welded shut and sealed.
Does it look like the welding was recent?
One does.
I'll knock on it.
No answer. You hear it echo through the room. Roll me a perception alertness hearing specific.
What's the difficulty?
I'll say 7.
4 successes.
It echoes oddly in the chamber. Something's
Like
there's something is in there, but it's not taking up a large amount of space. It's a small amount of space, but it sounds organic. But it doesn't sound like there's a lot in there.
Someone else has been welded shut in here.
Sounds like it's somebody else's problem then, Sid. We should probably get out of here.
Yeah, but
mean-
we can know more about who's doing that and who's behind it. Thank you for the raid. Other Doc. Hello, raiders.
Hello.
We are in the subway of New York. Well, yeah, somewhere in the subway of New York City. Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm with Sid. I think we need to figure this out.
Thing is, I don't know how we can
Could we
bust
shoot
this
at
door
it?
open.
Kidding. I'm not that dumb.
Is there a crack in the door, or like a crack through the welding, or something like that?
Having looked this door over, looked at it, its welds. I mean, you know that these spaces were designed to be watertight to begin with. Their storage for maintenance, you know, for stuff to repair the rails and the electrical systems of the subway. So they were designed to be watertight to begin with. It looks like somebody was professional in their welds, but wasn't necessarily professional in the materials that they were using, if that makes sense. So the actions were done professionally, but they're slightly substandard materials. So I will say that there is a small crack at the bottom.
All right.
A s-
I just want to make sure that this works. Yeah, okay, I can slip through cracks and everything. Well, I've always wanted to try this. Stand back, everyone. This is, I don't know how this is gonna go. And I'll spend a blood point to activate mist form.
So you turn into a mist in the middle of this maintenance tunnel underneath the city of New York. Alex, you've just walked out of a room. Your suit is kind of messy. You see Sid do this. Do you have any reaction?
This isn't the first time you've ever done this.
This is the first time I've done this. I bought this power, like, last game.
Ah, so this is new.
Yeah, this is, like, new Sid.
You never cease to amaze me.
Hey, Herschel, don't shoot at the mist.
Deirdre, I want to look, like, behind us, around us, like, up. Like, is there anyone or thing? Like,
So
just
you want to
seems
roll
so
that
weird.
perception alertness?
Yeah, it just seems so weird. They just keep locking random vampires up and not. Oh, that was difficulty 6. My bad.
That's fine. I can work with that. You are looking around. You're concerned, and you're slightly more technologically geared than some other people.
Mm-hmm.
You notice something that Sid missed in his perusal of the door that Alexander was in.
Mm-hmm.
A very, very small wire at the very, very top, running to something you can't see, but there's a very small two-prong light that's gone red.
Guys, so somebody knows that we broke Alexander out.
But Sid is inside a room that's been welded shut as a mist.
Either somebody's coming or they are just raiding the brownstone right now.
Well,
The brownstone. I certainly hope no one would be that stupid.
I would imagine they wouldn't be. So, I guess we gotta prepare for battle, huh?
Follow the wire. See where it goes.
I think it's just a transmitter, probably independent battery. Is that right, Deirdre, or does it keep going somewhere?
No, it looks like it just terminates into a transmitter.
All right. Well, Sid, if you can hear me, you might want to speed things along.
It takes 3 turns to activate.
It does. But we will say that you've become mist in this hallway. And you can make yourself through the small crack in the weld at the very bottom of this door. You flow inside.
And
Does your-
as he's going in, I just want to say, I hope you're happy placating the stereotype.
I really can't answer.
I know, that's why I'm saying it.
The relationship here is so wonderfully complicated. You flow into this space. Does the magic, excuse me, wrong word. Can you activate your eyes in here as mist form, or do you need to change?
I can perceive my surroundings normally, although I cannot use powers that require eye contact.
So you can't use any of the mental powers, but you can still
See
perceive
in the
everything.
dark,
So
yeah.
I will say that you can still see in the dark. You see a slumped figure of probably some sort of looks humanoid, and then you take a second and you realize that while it is humanoid, it's definitely not human, and it's also not kindred.
Is it alive?
You see small amounts of breathing from a very large, curled up, jet black lupine.
And they are currently in Krenos form?
Yes. But unconscious.
I'm gonna get out of the room.
Getting out is easy. You slide out. You see Herschel looking anxiously around. Auden's got a gun in her hand, and Alex is doing what now?
Oh, I'm waiting for Sid to get out of the room so he can tell us what was in there.
Well, I mean, the mist comes out. It takes only a turn to get back to human form, so I'll turn back to human.
All right.
We don't hear anything coming or anyone coming.
Nope.
Dope.
So you're now back to a humanoid form. You're all standing around in front of this door. What would you like to do?
So,
According to Herschel, we're all probably in trouble. They know the door was opened.
oh, great. Well, Let's haul ass back to the brownstone.
Yeah.
A
Sounds
wonderful
like a good
idea.
idea.
Should we take like an alternate route?
Sure.
Alternate route?
Define an alternate route.
We can take the subway. It's public. No one's gonna want to break the masquerade in there.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
Also, I need to make a phone call.
All right.
Well,
Guess on the ride back, you can fill me in on what I missed.
Yup.
what a heartfelt reunion.
Perhaps we should wait till we're back at the brownstone. He might yell while we're on the subway and get upset.
Oh,
You.
why?
Well, Alexander might.
Oh, because you're an idiot. I'm just gonna keep walking. And as she's walking, she's gonna go, Daddy's gonna hit you. Herschel is in trouble.
We'll see about that.
And I'm just gonna look at Sid and go, why do I feel that why do I feel that I'm going to be ultimately disappointed?
Because you are.
I don't know.
All right, let's get back before we find the brownstone's been raided by a bunch of idiots with poor search terms.
It's easy to make your way back uptown. The 1 and the 9 at South Ferry. Stop right at Fulton Street Station, which is about 2 blocks from your house. Easy way to get back to the brownstone. Can you roll me perception alertness, Sid, as you walk back inside?
The brownstone?
Mm-hmm.
Before that, can I have done a thing?
Yes.
The moment that we are in the subway station, that I know I'll have a signal on my cell phone,
Yep.
I will call Mr. Tibbs.
It takes 2 rings, 3 before he picks up, and he's like, Zimmerman, what's up?
Hey Tibbs, I found one of your boy.
Where?
What was the name of the station again?
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. Under Bowling Green Station, a welded shut room. Couldn't open it. I'm not wolf strong. Found a lupine almost dead and kept prisoner in a room. Follow the maintenance tunnels. You will find a room where the door was open, welded chain was broken. That was me. Keep following the tunnel along and you'll get to a welded door. That's where he is.
Thanks. Didn't know anybody was missing. I'll have to look into that. You good? Anything else you need?
Nah. Just remember I helped save one of you.
Quid pro quo. And he hangs up the phone.
Alright, and then the brownstone, and then the perception alertness check.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difficulty?
6.
3, maybe more. Actually, 4 successes.
You hear, Sid, the soft sounds of music coming from the lower floor, the garden level.
Fucking hell. Someone's playing music. I whisper to the rest of the party.
What are they playing?
Really? That's your question?
Not who's playing it, it's what are they playing.
Is it fucking
Right.
Frank Sinatra?
No, it does, however, sound like smooth jazz.
Jazz.
Who
Might be
would
Sabrina.
play
I'm sorry, who?
Alexander, this might be hard to take, but Sid has a romantic person.
And apparently so do you. That one's a little harder to take. Who is Sabrina?
Friend of mine.
She's a friend, all right.
She got roughed up by the Sabbat.
I won't ask. However, I hope it doesn't come back to bite us in the ass, Sid.
I don't think it will.
I-
I don't know if it's her though. Let's just stay
Tr-
frosty.
Stay frosty.
Rusty.
On really wants to tweet it, but she's also like a little worried that something's going wrong here, so she's just gonna refrain.
Just want to make sure that our relations with other sects aren't going to affect anything with the Justicar in town. I really don't want to bring that kind of heat onto any of us.
I really need to know what you were up to, but first, intruder. In our domain.
Yes. Let's deal with that first.
I will head down to where the music is coming from.
Auden will follow.
Yep. I will follow Sid as well.
Yeah, I'll move along.
All of you come down to the garden level. It's the same room that you offered to Sabrina last night, Sid.
Mm-hmm.
And the door is open and she's just kind of sitting there. And she goes, nice to meet you all. Sabrina is a little over maybe 5'6", long, dark, curly hair, looks very Italian. She's changed and is wearing a almost casual for her, Sid. You've never actually seen her look this chilled out. It's just jeans and a tank top and boots. It looks almost like summer casual. Gonna introduce me?
Yeah, this, well, I sort of did when we were upstairs, but everyone, this is Sabrina. Sabrina, this is Alexander, Herschel, and Auden.
Nice to meet you all.
Likewise.
Yes, likewise.
This got very uninteresting.
Auden's gonna elbow Herschel.
I mean, pleasure, I guess.
She elbows him again.
What was the second one for?
Fun.
I go downstairs.
He really drew the attention of Francesca Maselli? She just kind of turns and says that to Sid.
Slowly turns my head as I walk away.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got caught in her crosshair.
Herschel got caught in something.
That's one word for it. But pleasure to meet you, Alexander, in person, finally.
I'd shake your hand, but I've been in I've been in better places.
Yeah. I'll let you have your family meeting. I'll just chill here for a little while, if that's cool.
How long will you be staying with us?
Sid, did you still want that introduction?
Yeah, sure.
Tomorrow?
Cool.
Pleasure, as always. And I'll head inside, back into the brownstone.
Oh, she's... So you're going upstairs? Because she's in here.
Yeah, I think I will follow Alexander.
Yeah, I'm gonna head up and change.
Follow Alexander back upstairs.
I send Alexander a parts list for a new computer.
So Alexander's getting changed and looking more his best. Auden's going upstairs. Sid, where are you going?
Since it doesn't seem like anybody actually came into the brownstone to ransack it or anything, I think I need to go out and feed at the moment.
So you're going to go feed and look for someone to... Well, dine upon.
Yep.
Do you let Alexander know what's happened before you leave?
No, but I will tell them that we're gonna need to talk when I get back after snack.
I look forward to finding out what's been happening around here.
Ditto. Looking forward to what the hell you were doing in the sewers subway.
Oh, that I wish I could tell you.
So Sid is going to look for someone to dine upon. Herschel, what are you doing?
Well, after I send Alex the parts list, I'll text Franny and say, I'll keep up my end of the bargain. You're looking for Yaphet Kodo.
Thank you, Herschel. I appreciate it. You, have a direct payment method you want me to use? Or you want to come see me in person?
Let's just say you owe me one.
We'll work it out.
I'll just leave it at that.
So, Sid, you're dining. Who are you looking to dine upon tonight?
I'm actually 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 14. Is it out of 14? I can't remember. 10, yeah, 14. I think I'm gonna go for a challenge, and I'll try to find like a group of gangbangers.
It's going to take you a little bit to get not in the immediate area. There's a lot of gentrification going on around your brownstone lately.
Mm-hmm.
But actually closer to Chelsea Piers and what was Hell's Kitchen, about a couple blocks further north along the west side, you come across a fight breaking out as apparently some individuals attempted to break into the wharf, and the longshoremen are trying to keep them out, but the guys who are breaking in have guns and the longshoremen don't.
Oh, cool. Who is the the ganger who's the most in back of everyone, like who's trailing back, like how far away from the rest of the pack are they?
Maybe 5-10 paces, so about 30 feet. You see it's not a guy who, he's a little taller, a little heavy set. He looks to be, you can't quite make it out. You know his hair is dark and his skin is lighter, not necessarily white, but not that dark. He's got a mask pulled across his face, and he doesn't seem to be holding back from any hesitation for violence, merely observing the scene and taking it all in. And you see a slight enjoyment of the violence going on in front of him.
Oh, cool. I figured the rest of the group were like firing.
Yeah.
Or something. So there's enough of a distraction going by that I will sneak up behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not that hungry, so I'm not gonna kill him.
Okay.
But I will drink like as much as I can.
So
and then
3.
sneak back out.
So 3 for that. As you take a little bit of quiet and in and out, he kind of falls to the ground when you leave. Not really conscious, but not bleeding out, because you don't intend to kill him if that is your choice.
No, I'm not.
Alexander, you return to the brownstone. Make yourself more presentable to be seen in company. There is a cooler on your office, in front of your office door.
What's inside?
Blood packs.
Not what I intended, but that'll do. And I will text Elizabeth and thank her, because I'm assuming those are from her.
Yes.
I will actually open one and have one.
There are 6 in the cooler. Each one you drink is 1.
So I go ahead and I will go ahead and drink 2, because I'm actually pretty hungry.
So Alex is dining. Sid is dining. Herschel is talking to Franny. And there's a soft sound of jazz. Not loud, but soft, coming from Sabrina. Auden, you get a text message.
Is it from the beast?
Yes, it's just a picture.
Now what is he sending?
A picture of a stuffed, oversized teddy bear with a big brown teddy bear with a white ribbon, and holding a dozen red roses in the chair at the table in front, looking down on Times Square.
And she just sends back an unimpressed gif.
He sends a Spotify link.
Now what's he sending?
It's Frank Sinatra.
Oh no. Sid's favorite.
Fly Me to the Moon.
And she sends back her own Spotify link after a few minutes of Shania Twain that don't impress me much.
Ooh. He doesn't seem to respond to that one.
I figured he wouldn't.
I like it. He doesn't. I like
Oh
it.
no, he hates country music. He's never been a big fan of anything that shows Auden to be not a sophisticated New Yorker, but the true down home low country girl she is. She is going to play into that hard. And she'll text him back after the link and say, I told you tomorrow. Have my own things to deal with.
So by the time you deal with Nathaniel and his overtures, Sid, you've come back home.
Alexander?
And I'll probably have been downstairs at this point, so I'll come out from the kitchen area. Ah, you're back. Good.
So, got a few things that we learned while you were away. Most of them, actually, got them from Sabrina.
Are you calling the kids down for this meeting?
Sure. Auden, Herschel,
Auden comes. Auden's like-
Cottery meeting.
She's very happy that you're in the kitchen. She's like, can you hold on just 1 second? And she puts on some microwave popcorn. Smells great. Tastes like shit, but it smells great.
I mean, it tastes fine to you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not like real movie theater popcorn. So it's not nearly as good, but it'll serve its purpose.
I try to tiptoe into the room as quietly as possible.
All right, so I assume you're going to start then?
Yeah, sure. We learned a few things. Someone's been buying properties off of the Tremere.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we found in the records. Do we know? I mean, we know it was La Sombra. Do we know who in particular?
I don't know who yet, but I might have an in.
I assume this has something to do with our house guest.
Yeah.
All right. That kind of has something to do with my meeting. The local Ventru had a gathering. Basically the Ventru Justicar is in town. That's not a good sign. They want to know what the hell's going on with these properties being sold to the La Sombra. And I may have told them that the Tremere had their hand in things, so... Which is true. We just don't know more details. The Justicar also mentioned something else regarding an Assamite being in the city.
Yeah,
They really did not take kindly to that.
I just don't want to meta, but if I remember right, that Assamite was like the assassin sent after Alexander. And that's something we learned last game, right?
So that was the diner conversation between you and Sabrina that Auden crashed.
Yeah. So
That was part of that.
don't want to alarm you, Alexander, but that Assamite is here for you.
Yeah, well, calling me impressed. I matter that much.
Apparently, they really didn't take too well to you flipping them off.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer things with the Camarilla. I don't really belong on the other side of the aisle.
No, but we're gonna have to be careful. Assamites are not to be taken lightly.
No, they're not. But on the bright side, we've pretty much given full discretion to handle it as we see fit.
There's no blood hunt, is there?
No, God, no. Nothing that dire. I mean, they're just treading where they shouldn't belong, and well, that's brought the attention of the Justicar, so.
Though, if we're lucky enough, we probably could get the sheriff in on it and have them declare a blood hunt on all the Tremere in town.
That might be a bit excessive without some more evidence.
Well, we know they're working in close relationship with the La Sombra, so...
We know this. I don't think that's quite public knowledge yet.
We get the proof, then we can get the hunt going, but we have another matter on our hand.
Do tell.
So, I've bonded with Auden. You're gonna have to do it too. Reinforce
You've
the coterie.
bonded with Auden. I mean, we never really discussed that, so...
Nope, but here's the kicker. Had to do that because one of us is extremely blood bonded to one Francesca Maselli.
Spoiler alert, it's not me.
It's Auden.
It's not.
She did it.
I am not that dumb, Herschel. No one can mash you for that.
And the look on Alexander's face at that is surprised, but not quite surprised. How bad are we talking?
Oh, bad. Real bad. And she's gonna keep eating that popcorn.
And before Sid can answer, Alexander will turn and look at Herschel. How many times did you drink from her?
I don't know, Deirdre. How many times was it?
Well,
Do I remember it all? I don't know.
you remember two things now that you can actually think about it and think about the effects. You remember drinking from the goblet when you woke up, but you also remember during your private meeting. Let's phrase it that way. No. During your night together, at one point she purposely, and you didn't think much of it at the time because A, you don't listen to Alexander, period, and B, you kind of only half listened to Sid. So you didn't think much of it when she cut her tongue on your fangs and let you drink that way. So you can say twice to your knowledge and what you recall.
Probably twice.
Fuck. You've officially become liability status.
We can just keep a close eye on him. We don't have to
Yes.
do anything drastic.
No, I'm not saying we have to do anything drastic. We just have to consider all discussions and any things pertaining to Miss Maselli with extreme prejudice around Herschel. To put it kindly, Herschel, your judgment is flawed. Severely.
And to put it unkindly, Auden's just waiting for it.
You've royally fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Has she asked you to do anything?
Not since the night.
What did she ask you to do?
Yeah, but Auden and Sid know that that's a lie.
Yeah, Auden is just gonna give Herschel a second to see how far he's gonna dig his own grave before she drops that truth bomb. And she's in the middle of a big handful of popcorn, so priorities.
She wanted me to find a name for her. To see who was buying properties in the area.
Why the hell does she want to know? What was the name?
Yaphet Kodo.
All right, this is bigger than I thought. So she's implying that Yaphet's the one buying the properties around town.
I mean, I computered it. That's what I came to.
And then you almost burned the house down.
Information's hard to get on.
You hold that thought, and Alexander will walk downstairs to the basement. What do I see?
Well, Alex, so Herschel was sorting through the remains of his computer. It's definitely fried. Big chunks of it are melted. I think one or two of the monitors are still salvageable, but the hard drive is gone. The tower is gone. You see the plug where he pulled it out. It's definitely burnt, but you can see where it didn't reach the wall.
And I'll head back upstairs. At least you have managed not to burn the house down. That's a plus.
Yeah.
That explains the list that you sent me.
Yeah.
I will see what I'm willing to hand over to you, given your current state of contamination.
He's young. It's not his fault.
Oh, it's not definitely his fault. I'm young and I didn't make that kind of dumb mistake.
Who are you bonded with?
That's a natural bond. You're always bonded with your sire, you fool. I told you this 1,000 times. It's performing the blood bond with another kindred. That's where you have to be extremely cautious.
Oh, and Herschel was not a cautious boy, was he?
Well,
For all we know, she might have used her powers on him, and he didn't drink willingly.
I highly doubt that.
Well, attempting to bond with him is going to be pointless. The blood bond with Francesca is probably too strong.
Well, we still want to check it out with Rebecca, see if anything can be done. Probably a good old-fashioned bleeding or whatnot.
Bleeding.
There's a possibility, yes, that the blood bond can be undone, but it's not a easy task.
Hey, quick change of subject. Does the name Crassus tells you anything?
Crassus. Would I know that name from anything?
Oh yeah, you would. Crassus being the third member of the triumvirate with Julius Caesar, extremely well known for, and Julius Caesar being one of the great storied figures of Ventru history. Whether he was actually a kindred or not is irrelevant. He's an example of Ventru ideals.
Right.
You would know that Crassus is unique in Roman history for his method of making money. And being the banker for Julius Caesar and why he was part of the triumvirate.
I'll relay that information to Sid.
Specifically, his methods of... Well, he ran a fire brigade in Rome. And he would come to an apartment building would catch on fire, and he would quote a number to the individual who owned that building. as to how much it would cost for his brigade to put the fire out. Now, if they chose to pay, great. If they did not, he waited. And with each passing time, the number went up on how far how long it would take afterwards. If the building burned down without his fire brigade's intervention, he would then offer a number to the individual who lost their property to buy it out from them. It's how he maintained his control over the city of Rome and grew to be one of the largest landowners in the city.
Wasn't he also, like, extremely cheap?
Oh, God, yes. It's why he also had horrible manners. It's why things that are, if you are... Crass, exactly. Eventually gets killed. Messily.
That seems a very Roman thing to do. Why do you ask about Crassus?
Nothing. Just overheard something. I think someone's trying to copy his MO.
Well, that's particularly unsettling. Alright, something else we'll have to keep an eye out for. Wonderful. Alright, Herschel. I'll order you a new laptop. Nothing else. Only that. Until we know otherwise, that you can be trusted completely with anything dealing with Francesca, this is what you get. Or you're more than welcome to go buy your own. That's
all right. I'll take the laptop.
And I'll text Elizabeth. Can you please procure this? There's been an issue at the house. Also, contact an electrician to come by.
Of course, sir.
Well, I guess there's nothing else we need to do, Auden, except let's get this bonding over with.
Yep. Might as well. And she goes and just puts down her popcorn and reopens her wrist and says, "What's the worst that could happen?"
I mean, probably nothing.
Yep, just daddy's little girl getting bonded.
Don't be mad because daddy's not mad at me. I'm not the one that fucked up that bad.
Yet.
I think at all. Ever. So she just kind of holds her wrist out to Alexander. She trusts him pretty much, so she would not be worried.
So the two of you bond. You both have positive feelings for each other in a neutral or non-sexual manner. But after you're done, Sid and Alexander, can you both roll me either perception empathy or manipulation empathy, your choice?
Difficulty 6?
Difficulty 6.
3 successes.
Apparently no successes.
Alex, you're slightly overwhelmed at the moment dealing with the feedback of emotion coming from Auden for the first time. It's not unpleasant, it's just there. And Sid, you feel again in the back of your mind that soft presence, awareness, and you feel something even more, and it's a soft humming, and I need you to roll me willpower.
The fuck is
4.
going on? I got Iron Will. Do I get to add anything?
You can add 1.
Chill. Difficulty 6.
Mm-hmm.
Two successes.
You feel like someone is trying to get into your head, but they can't. It doesn't feel malicious necessarily. More like someone's knocking at the door of your mind and kind of trying it, but not opening it without permission.
Huh. But it's a familiar presence.
Yep.
I don't know how to control it or anything, but I will let it in.
Okay. You can choose to do that. It's your will is enough that you can choose to just like, I'm gonna let this in. Hey Sid, sorry about this whole thing that's kind of complicated. So I'm really sorry to say this, but you're probably gonna have to come find me. Please? Question? Please? Please, 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 please?
Where are you?
Please? I'm not 100% sure, but there's definitely water, and it's underground, and I can't get out myself. Sorry about the whole, breaking into your mind thing. It's not really how I like to do things, but
You're gonna have to walk me through. And I say it out loud, like, because I don't know how that works. You're gonna have to walk me through what happened.
But the whole, I woke up in a room that I can't really understand and there's water here?
What happened before that?
Sid, what's going on with you?
It's Rebecca.
That explains a lot.
In your mind?
Yeah, apparently.
What
I
does
don't
she
make the
want?
rules.
Yeah, no, you should totally never make rules whatsoever. You are not good at making rules. You're really good at enforcing them, though, Sid. But, there's, I was at a thing, and then there were some things, and then I woke up here, and it's not cool.
Okay.
Where is she?
She doesn't know she's in a room with water.
Great.
A room with water. Is she underground? Is she... Do they have her in like one of those places like we just got Alex out of?
I think so. Is the room flooding?
Yeah, it's a slight concern, but my breathing is complicated. Don't worry about that. And if I really have to, I can do some other things. But I don't like salt water. Salt water's not my friend, Sid. Not my friend. In a very, severely not my friend kind of way.
And salt water. She's going to drown.
God, I wish that was the only way I was going to go.
So she's obviously along the coast somewhere.
Is there anything else she can tell you? Anything at all?
Anything else that you,
Well, if you maybe could possibly ask Eva if she's okay, because And we were having tea. It was a very nice tea. Why do these things interrupt tea? It was a very pleasant experience.
Okay, wait, slow down. You were with Eva.
Yeah, we have our weekly tea meeting.
Okay. She was with the Ravnos.
There are nicer ways to say that, Sid.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
She was with the Ravnos. I mean, do you have any way of getting in touch with her?
Probably not.
Great.
I mean, you could just call her, Sid.
I have her cell phone, that's true.
You have this person's cell phone?
Yeah.
Well, let's call her. We should. We're doing a lot of saving people from really weird situations. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, well...
Herschel.
What?
Herschel, what are you doing during this whole thing?
Just staring at these guys, like talking with Rebecca, just very uninterested.
Dreaming of Francesca.
Gross.
I mean, maybe.
All right. Sid, what are you going to do?
Call Eva on her phone.
The phone rings twice and then goes directly to voicemail. Do you let the message play?
Yeah.
So, Sid, I'm very glad that you called. You might want to try and rescue Rebecca a little more quickly. Veronique probably can find me if she's in a good mood. Have a pleasant day. Also, Herschel totally maybe about 2.5 levels bonded. And then hangs up. And then it clicks. You hear the beep as if to leave a message.
All right, then. Eva's not gonna be of any help.
All right.
I know how to find her if,
Did you talk to her?
No, she had a weird... custom voicemail or something.
Lovely. In what did it say?
Veronique can find Eva if need be, but we should focus on finding Rebecca. Somewhere with salt water she has to be near. I mean, not the center of the island, probably.
Right, I mean...
It doesn't help much more than that.
Well... Great.
Alright, we go to her place. We might find some clues there.
I think on that, we're going to end it for the day.
Alright, oh shit, yes.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
We doing okay?
Yeah, we barely didn't have time to scold Urshel.
That's true.
I'm sure there'll be more opportunities for that in the future.
Well, so long as you keep us busy with other stuff, I think we're gonna we're gonna keep putting back the, inevitable sit-down with Urshel and bleeding. Because I'm sure that's how it works. That said...
We'll find out.
Yeah. Let's go around the table. Tell us who you are, where we can find you on the internet, and we will start with Deirdre. We'll do the opposite order from when we introduced ourselves.
Oh, hey, y'all. You know me. I'm at Deirdre Donlan on Twitter, or Praxagora is you see me hanging out in the Twitch chat, and I'm glad so many people are having fun, still enjoying ourselves and seeing what's happening. And I guarantee you that there won't be quite so many things pushing at your family discussion next week. But as for me, you can find me Monday over on Role Players for some Age of Arcana fun, because I enjoy that game a lot, and I can't wait to see where it goes. This week is going to be very interesting for poor Ashlyn. And then Tuesday, I may or may not be here, depending on if Dark Matter is happening. We'll be here. And then, but check out the VOD that we just posted for last night for the Cyberpunk game. But other than that, check my Twitter. I always post where I'm going to be, and I can't wait to see what happens next Saturday.
Cool. Quentin.
Quentin in real life, Herschel in the show. Totally not a subway shooter, by the way, but maybe some other time. You'll have to tune in if you're on YouTube or Twitch to find out if he shoots people in the subway or does other things. Again, always glad to be on the show. Lots of fun. And I'll pass it to Auden, Scott,
Yes.
Alyssa, somebody.
Alyssa.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. Just don't shoot me. So you see me on Twitch and on Twitter as @XanderSlamilton. I am here on Saturday. I am not a real life extremely terrified of guns, so this is it's very wild for Auden to be fine with it. But looking forward to next week. More drama, more things. I might have actual popcorn next week.
And Scott.
Thank you, Scott, and @Berserker_Rage in Twitch and in Twitter. So you can find me there, and you can also find me here on Saturdays doing what it is we do that we all love to do. So I'm looking forward to next week and all the fun things. And I will turn it all over to Simon.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you to anyone who hung out in chat. Thank you to all the new followers. Welcome. Thank you to all the people that donated, the people watching on YouTube. It's always greatly appreciated. I am Simon. I think I said it already. Wandering DM. Welcome to the channel. We play Dark Matter here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. We've been on a 3-week-long hiatus because of work, but we should be able to reprise the show next week. We also play Cyberpunk. We've started our new Cyberpunk Red actual play. Yesterday was the introduction session for 2 of our characters. The next intro sequence session will be in 2 weeks for the remainder of the cast. And we play Vampire the Masquerade here every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Also, tomorrow, we are hosting a very special charity stream for Special Effects, a charity that helps children through video games. I will be here, not DMing, actually playing, but I will be joined by none other than Doug Cockle, the voice of Geralt of Rivia, who will play Geralt in our Witcher stream, and will be accompanied by Kelly Butler, the opera geek, playing Triss Merigold, and Matthew Mercer, the Matthew Mercer playing Dandelion the Bard. We will be DM'd by Cody Pondsmith, the lead designer of the Witcher TTRPG. We have many prizes to give away. So many. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up for that stream, and all the money will be going to the charity. So stick around. I know the prizes went out on Twitter during our stream this afternoon, so you might want to go check that out if you're curious. And otherwise, we will see you again next week for some more Vampire. Before we leave, let's just go and raid a friend. And I think we are going to go and raid... I don't have a whole lot of people online right now, so...
Scrat just went live.
Yeah, Scrat just went live playing some Outer Worlds, so... Outer Worlds is fun, so let's go raid them. It's rare that I see Scrat not playing a TTRPG, but hey, let's go say hi. The Scraticus Academy is a wonderful place for new players who want to learn about D&D and TTRPGs. So if you're interested in playing on a streamed game ever, you can always hit them up. They will be more than happy to have you in their games. On that note, see you all next week or tomorrow for those of you who are going to come and watch the charity stream. What?
I'm saying come here. Come hang out.
Come here. Okay. Yeah, sure. I thought I was forgetting
that's the
something.
plan.
Hey, ciao everyone.